So I believe that we are now live on Facebook. Welcome to our first monthly Bark Hall meeting. This is going to be a monthly event every the last Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. We're going to come on here and talk to you about anything that's happening, everything going on in the park, any online events that we have, and we'll be here open for your comments, your questions, concerns, anything at all. We're here. This is the time where you get us live and not in person, but virtual to talk to and to ask questions of. So we're going to take a minute just to make sure that this video is going live and that we've shared it to everywhere that it needs to be shared, and that we have access to all of your comments so that we can answer your questions in real time. So if you could just give us 2 seconds, and we will get started. Okay, so I am going to start by introducing myself. My name is Galit Sadiq, and I am the Director of Finance of ARF-ARF. Here tonight also we have Zina Maradi, and she is our chairperson, and I'll let her introduce herself say hello.
Hi, I'm Zina Maradi. I'm the Executive Director of ARF-ARF.
And we also have Karen McKerney.
McEnany.
So bad.
It's all good.
And we know each other forever now, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
And
I'm
we it's all good. It's good to see everyone. Thank you for joining us. And we hope that this will be a new venue for all of us to, talk about the park. So welcome.
Yes. Welcome. And so the first thing that I want to talk about is tomorrow's event. So we have a very special guest to do an online virtual class with us. It is tomorrow at 7 p.m., I believe. And you can register. I'm going to add a link to the comments on this video. You can register at that link. You can also register using the link in our Instagram bio. And we have a couple of posts on this page about it as well. So register for that. It's a treat making class. It's all virtual, so it's COVID safe. And we are asking for, in order to register, just any donation. And anything that you can provide will help us. We have, as we continue with our mission and taking care of the dog park, we have overhead, and that those donations go to overhead. They go to making sure that we have we are able to take care of the park. Zina can speak to some of the different things and events that we've run over the years. You know, our ice cream social, we have the costume contest, which hopefully we'll be able to do virtually this year. But in order to do that, we need to have a website. We need to have a way to accept donations. And other different types of overhead. So anything that you can give goes a long way towards that. So Zena, is there anything that you would add?
Yeah, well, we are a registered 501c3 nonprofit. So that means that everybody's, like Galit said, everybody's donations to the group are completely tax deductible, helps us out with things that we need just to keep ourselves running as a nonprofit, things like a P.O. box where we get all of our mail that's registered to the IRS, and then things like the website Galit had mentioned. We also, since our main mission is the care of Freeway Dog Park, we also do help out the Parks Department with small items for getting the park cleaned up and maintained and making sure that everything is running well. And we can't do that without your support.
Yes. And Zena, I know that you have a little bit more information about the person that's going to be teaching the class tomorrow. I understand it's a Pampered Chef.
Yeah, Cinzia Gadici from the Pampered Chef will be our host for tomorrow, and she's going to show us how to make two types of treats. Since it is an ice cream social, we're going to have a frozen treat that we will learn to make, and then also baked treats that we'll learn to make. So it should be a lot of fun. We also have our mascot Rocky will be helping her out. She will be helping make the treats as well. And then we will also have those treats for sale. If you're not able to make it, but you'd still like to help support or you want some treats, we will have those for sale. You can also sign up and you can also buy those treats online, through the same link that we just posted.
Yes. And so that was added to the comments in this video. Again, it can also be done through the link in the bio of our Instagram and other posts on our page. And when you register, you will get all the information that you need to attend the class and all the ingredients in order to make the treats. And that will get sent to you before the class. So we're really excited about that. I wanted to also reach out to you guys and find out, have you been to the park since it reopened? How have you been feeling back at the park since we've reopened? Is there anything any concerns that have come up that haven't been brought to us? Things like that. This forum, like this once a month, is the best way for us to address any of those things. So it's definitely something that you should put on your calendar and, try to be here so that we can tackle any issues head on. Also, we want to know about different online events and how you guys are feeling about online events. I know that everybody is kind of zoomed out at the moment, but it's really important for us to still stay social, and we want to still have our events. And we've been considering all different ways, especially for our Halloween event that's coming up. So we were trying to figure out a way that we can make this virtual, and we're open to suggestions. So if anyone wants to give us ideas about the best way to make this virtual, if you've seen something fun that was done, what we're thinking right now is really to have people send in their photos of their dogs in costume and have a raffle like that. We'll have a winner like that, and we'll be able to maybe open it up to either having judging, or maybe we can do some kind of an online poll. Like, this is all, we get to create this together. And we'd love to get your ideas. So even if you're watching this on the replay, put your ideas in the comments, because we'll be reading it. And hopefully those ideas, you'll get to see them in practice in an upcoming event. And we have a couple of events that we've been considering, which is not just our annual canine costume contest is a huge one, but also we have a Santa Paws event usually. And the way that it's looking, that might also turn out to be an online event. We're open to doing more online events if you guys are into that. But we really want to know, how you're feeling about it. The other thing that we've been tackling right now is our social media presence. So we are trying to expand our social media presence and figure out what social media you want to see us on. So we just started an Instagram, ARF-ARF Rockaway, and we are featuring lots of doggies at the dog park. So please feel free to tag us in pictures of your dog at the dog park, and we will repost it. Share our photos, share our Instagram account. We're going to be doing a lot more on Facebook, obviously, with these bark hauls, and maybe we'll have other things on our Facebook. And other than that, we don't have a huge social media presence, so we also wanted to reach out to you and kind of see where you are. Where do you want to see us? Do you like seeing us here on Facebook? Is Instagram good for you? Where do you get your information? Because we want to make sure that, we're volunteers, and we want to make sure that we're using our time wisely, and that when we have a cool opportunity that we can reach you easily. We definitely have lots of wonderful stuff that was donated to us by different dog companies, and we are going to have amazing raffles coming up and cool things like that. So I really want to make sure that we're able to talk to you all about it and reach you easily. So let me know what works for you. I'm trying to see if there's any questions that have come up. I don't think so. Not yet. We have had a couple of people tune in. I think there's 3 people in right now. Hi guys. So what else? What else did we want to talk about? I think that's the majority of what I had to talk about. Zena, Karen, do you have anything you want to add?
I'm just glad that we have this opportunity to reach everyone, and we want to welcome you. This is all of our park. This is our community in the Rockaways. We are very proud of our dog park. It is the largest dog park in all of New York City. And this has been a great opportunity to reach a lot of people. So we hope that you'll share this information with your friends who may have not met, have come to the dog park. So we hope you'll stop by and say hello and check us out. But we have an open door. So this is all of us. This is all of us to discuss. And if you have any questions or comments or, concerns, we are all here. And we want to make this the best place we can. So thank you.
Doesn't seem like we have anything coming in just yet. But to echo Karen, if there's anything that you guys want to see, any special guest speakers that you think might be interesting, For the future, we will try to get, obviously, since our number one priority is the dog park, we'd like to try to get somebody from the Parks Department to try to come talk to us a little bit more about dog parks. Maybe some authors about dog behavior, some of the ideas that we've been bouncing around. You know, anything about dog training, maybe hosting a virtual session that way. Really, it's really open to anything. We've been kind of batting around ideas, but if nobody wants to, if they're not of no interest, there's no point in doing them. So, or maybe there's something that you all might be interested in that we're missing. Especially right now, we can't all see each other at the park or get as close to each other as we like. We're a little socially distanced, so this is probably the next best thing to keep us all tied together and sharing information. So keep those comments coming.
Yeah.
Keep those suggestions coming.
If you want to get involved, there is always an opportunity to come and be involved, and we're always looking for volunteers and help, and we could use help with our website copy. We can use help setting up events. We can use help with graphics, help with our social media. An amazing help to our social media is just for you guys to tag us in it, just so we can get it going, so that we have like a good base, and we can start to promote all of the people that use the park, and we can show parks and the city and anyone who looks up the Freeway Dog Park, how many different people utilize the park and how important it is and how special it is, and how many people we serve by being there. And you guys are all a part of that, and we want to make sure that you're seen and you're heard, and that when we have to talk to the Parks Department, or back when we had to deal with all of the Hurricane Sandy stuff, when we had to talk to MTA and that agency and this agency, that they understand that we have a following and that there's actual people behind this, and that we matter. And I think that we've all seen that social media is a huge part of that, and it's a way to make our voices heard, and we want to make sure that the dogs of Rockaway, their voices heard as well.
Yeah. So Karen, I know you were part of the original founders of ARF-ARF. ARF-ARF's been an official nonprofit since 2012, but really our roots go back to even 2008 when we first started. Karen was one of the first. One of the first people to get the space for the park and get that approved by the community. So Karen, tell us a little bit about what the park was like when you, or what it took to even just get the space for the park. Do you remember?
Well, I mean, it was great because we had some wonderful support in the community, and I will always use the word community because this is it's not done without a lot of support from the community board, from obviously the Parks Department. I remember being invited to a meeting where people wanted to have a space to go with their dogs. And I think it was just a project that it was just from the beginning, it was a little bit of grassroots effort, but what happened was it was just magical. We weren't really met with a lot of opposition when it came to using Freeway Dog Park because it was an underutilized area. And I think that's what I'm so proud of, is that we took a part of the neighborhood that wasn't utilized and we brought life back to it. And I think a lot of people were a little apprehensive about going to this area because it was so, at the time, desolate, and perhaps it was perceived as an unsafe area. But now it's thriving with wonderful people of all parts of the Rockaways, all age groups, all kinds of backgrounds. And you know what? We have a terrific time. And I don't think that we have a lot of negative. In the beginning, I think people were just afraid of something new that they didn't know much about. But once we established ourselves, I think that people really found out that they needed this place. I think that they found out that dogs who go to the dog park are actually healthier, and even the people who go to the dog park are obviously healthier, because the people who go to the dog park are making friends. I mean, I recall back in 2012 after Sandy, a lot of people were really sad that they didn't have the park to go to. So I am really proud to be part of this park, not just for the dogs, but for my neighbors and my friends that I have made through this park. And the fact that we have such a good relationship with the New York City Parks Department is a very proud accomplishment for ARF-ARF. We are now together for 12 years. That is a wonderful, wonderful accomplishment. And I'm so proud to be a member of this wonderful organization. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know that you were one of the founding members.
Well,
I need to brush up on my
community.
background.
It's all community, but there's been quite a few of us that were part of it. And I know, like, for instance, my friend Valerie, and my friend Bill Malloy, who's still part of ARF-ARF. We all kind of knew from the beginning that something was needed in the neighborhood. Especially if you're a dog owner, you just knew that something was missing. We didn't have a lot of opportunities to take the dogs anywhere, especially because we have a beach, but we always knew that the beach wasn't exactly the most welcoming for people with dogs. And it's also, that's all, just to say, that's also changed in the community as well, because we actually do have more, I don't know the right word, but I think we've gained some respect from people who don't have dogs. Maybe that they realize how important our dog park is in terms of the health and mental health of people.
Yeah, and I think there's also there's always this common misconception that in areas of dog parks, you're going to get more dog poop.
Right.
Non-dog owners, and I'm sure that the dog park being there and it not leading to an uptick in random poop on the street.
Exactly. Well, you're right, because the majority of our friends and neighbors who utilize the dog park are probably anti what we're just discussing. So it does bring up a good point. I think we have to just establish the fact that that isn't our team. We're not with that. We're not supportive of that not cleaning up approach. We're on board with the whole cleaning up.
Yeah, and we even got grants for waste stations in the in the park. So the waste station is the bag holders with the garbage cans underneath, and that's also helped keep everything clean, because it's a constant reminder to people, hey, there's bags over here. Hey, please clean up after your pets.
Absolutely. And it's your community, it's our community. We shouldn't be throwing garbage of any sort. So if you think of it that way, I personally think that there's probably more dog owners in Rockaway than there are non-dog owners. So let's all stick together and let's, kind of teach others what's wrong with this. Why is it unfair to people? And it's not acceptable. We have to remember that.
Yeah. And speaking of waste, we actually saved the park from becoming a waste transfer station. So if you remember, Karen, back when
That's
ARF-ARF
right. That
actually
is exactly
started,
right.
what brought us together, and actually what brought me on, was when I heard that they were going to turn half of the park into a waste transfer station. And
That's exactly right.
I had just moved into Arvern by the Sea and did not want my, if, from a homeowner perspective, I thought that, that I don't want to live near a waste transfer station that I just moved into, and I spent all this money on an apartment. And now I'm going to be living, right in front of a waste transfer station. So, and I had just started going to the park. I thought it was a great space and it should stay the way that it was. So I got the rest of the building owners to help sign a petition and brought it to the Parks Department. And that's kind of how I got involved. And then I met Karen because the Parks Department decided to put together a meeting with the founding members of ARF-ARF. And then, that's how we all met and kind of reformed and regrouped and had the first costume carnival.
Yes. Yes. It really all was magical. It really was. And it took a group effort. And it goes to show you things can get done and they are successful. And it's been a betterment for the community. And I'm so proud of all of us, everybody who's been involved. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we have to continue this.
Yeah, and
Who's that speaking up?
didn't know that is a neighbor's dog.
Oh.
Hopefully they will see this video and know that they were famous. So if that was your dog,
thank you.
Comment on this video so that we know who you are. Say hello from your dog. We're saying hello back.
Maybe we'll bring our dogs on our next meeting, by the way, whatever you want to do.
You can have the dogs join the Zoom. I'm surprised my dog hasn't joined the Zoom, but
that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Around. So I'm not in a location that I usually eat in, so I think he's not present. I didn't know all of the backstory with ARF-ARF, or didn't know much of that backstory. I joined I think it's almost 4 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're so glad that you did.
I moved into this area right before Hurricane Sandy, but I knew about the dog park even before, just because I had lived in Far Rockaway before that and had a dog and wanted to let him run around. It's a husky. He needs his exercise. So I used to drive and bring him to the dog park. I didn't know that there was anyone that maintained it. I had no idea until one day I was at the dog park after I had moved here. And there was an event going on at the dog park. And I don't remember which event it was, but I remember thinking that was so cool. And I remember meeting Zena and getting the paperwork from her to sign up as a board member so that I could be part of the events, because it was really cool. And it's literally a block and a half from my house, and I've really enjoyed it ever since. And I've been a part of, Halloween is my favorite holiday anyway. But when you combine dog costumes and Halloween, I was sold. So I think that was the real key to me joining ARF-ARF and being a part of this.
Yeah, and Galit, I think it's super important. The costume carnival has been the cornerstone of all of our events. It was our first event. It's our most popular event because, like you said, who doesn't love Halloween, and who doesn't love seeing dogs dressed up in costumes? I mean, it's, it's also, one of my favorite times of the year too. So if you have any ideas for how we can do a virtual costume carnival, go ahead and put that into the comments.
Yay. Okay. So I think that that about sums up our first bar call. Zena, unless you have anything else that you want to add, I think we lost Karen. But I'm so happy. Oh, Karen is back. So, Karen, is there anything else that you want to share or that you want to talk about?
Well, I want you all to feel, everybody who comes to the park, just to feel like we are here. We're here to discuss anything that you have ideas about. And we want this to be a long-term, exciting place for all of us. I know that we have a lot of new people who come to the park and maybe they don't know about us. And I hope that you'll come to the park and visit us. And now we're entering the fall and the winter season, and just so people know, we're open all year, so we have a lot of exciting things to look forward to. And it is outdoors, so unfortunately we have this COVID issue going on still, but we're hoping that maybe we could still have this place to visit and hang out with each other. So hopefully we'll all be able to enjoy the park a little bit during this pandemic.
Yes, and please stay safe, everyone.
Absolutely.
And when you're at the park, please take precautions. And let us know if you have any questions or you want to volunteer. And the best way that you can donate or help out without spending any money is to share and like our stuff and share it with your friends and share our events, share this bar call, share our Instagram, whatever it is that you can do, we appreciate it.
Yes. And please check our website and our Facebook, because we will be having more virtual events like tomorrow night with Rocky. And if you don't know Rocky, Rocky's our spokesman, our friend, you'll have to come and check it out. How about that?
Yes.
Stay tuned. And the kids will love it. So invite your kids, and we hope you'll bring your family and enjoy our park.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.